Hey everyone, Vintage Dave T had a really fun idea for VR. Dave is a Mariners fan, that's AL West, and he's like, hey, I want to hear a story about your favorite ball player who either went to the Mariners or the Mariners just sent them to your team, either by trade or free agency. And I thought, oh man, as a Rangers fan, I know exactly who I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be this guy. Adrian Beltre. And then I went, yeah, we'll talk about Adrian Beltre. He's one of my favorite Rangers of all time. He was so much fun to watch. Just loved the way he loved to play the game, how much effort he put into it. He was just so much fun to watch. I just loved it. I can't say enough great things about Belts. And I completely forgot that after he left the Mariners, he played one season in Boston. So I can't use can't use Beltray, and I just wanted to show off my awesome Rangers hat. 2023 World Series champions. Oh, I don't want to talk about 2024, but I'll still live in the past. It's all right. We'll set you right over to the side. So that really limited my options. I thought about Justin Smoke, who most of you probably never heard of, but I thought that was cool because I went to see his. See the game where he hit his very first hit. I actually went to the ballpark by myself. I know a lot of people are like, that's so weird, but I love baseball. I would go to the games by myself. I had tickets. I was like, I'm going to go. But I was like, man, most people don't know Justin Smoke. I could tell the embarrassing story about how my wife asked him to, she likes to get balls signed. And when we gave the ball to Justin, and he's just a kid, like, I think he's in double or triple A at this point. She's like, "Hey, could you inscribe it smoking hot?" And he just turned red, and he's like, "No." He's just like, "No, I won't," because she liked to do things like that because she thought it was funny. And you know what? It made her have fun with it, so whatever. It's a $20 baseball. She's messed up a lot, a lot of good stuff, asking for ridiculous inscriptions. But it left me with really only one option to talk about, and I kind of don't want to talk about it, to tell you the truth, because who I'm going to talk about is A-Rod. Like, oh no, not A-Rod. See, everybody immediately is like, I don't want to talk about A-Rod because he's so easy to dislike. He's just not a very likable person. He just isn't. I think he's trying really hard to be more likable now that he's a TV personality. I know he really wants to get into Hall of Fame, but he's just not likable. Let's talk about A-Rod a little bit. So that's him, Rangers. Here he is in New York. A-Rod, drafted first overall by the Mighty Mariners in 1993. First full season in 1996. In 96, he was playing with a couple guys you may have heard of. Some guy named Randy Johnson and another guy named King Griffey Jr. There he is. Little Mariners gear right there. That's actually kind of a cool card, I think. Kind of a cool card. Upper Deck made good cards, man. Other than the bricking, man, they did have some really nice cards. Fleer had some issues with that too. While he was in Seattle, from really it's 96 to 2000, four-time All-Star, 4 Silver Sluggers, batting champ in 96. Yeah, he was crushing it. And I remember thinking, wow, this kid is the real deal. So 90 his first issue right now is Agent Scott Boras. So you're in for some fun there. 2001 rolls around, and A-Rod's like, I love Seattle, and I just want to be a great ball player and a team player, and I just want to win championships. But really, secretly, he just wanted to see how much money he could get. He could care. He could care less who he was stepping over. And I think he really rubbed Seattle fans the wrong way. But this kid right here in this picture, man, everyone loved that kid. I, as a Rangers fan, loved that kid. 2001, the Rangers have some new management. and they are ready to spend money because the Rangers have been terrible for a long time. And let's buy our way out of it. So 2001, somehow the Rangers win the A-Rod lottery, and everyone's super excited until they hear it's 10 years, 252 million. Today you're like, that's not so bad. But in 2001, that was absurd. It was an absurd amount of money. It's an absurd amount of money, really, in real life. Like, one year of playing baseball and I could retire forever. I mean, come on. It's amazing. But he was doing things like he had some requests that went along with his 25 million a year, like a chartered jets for his friends to fly around in, and an office at the ballpark for his staff. Yeah, stuff like that. It's just a super humble guy. Oh yeah, fun fact: the year A-Rod left Seattle and went to the Rangers is the year that Ichiro went and started with the Mariners. What could have been would have been a really, really good team if A-Rod wasn't so greedy. So the Rangers get him, and then he now joins the team with my favorite catcher of all time, Pudge Rodriguez, 500 home run club hitter Rafael Palmeiro, one of my favorite Rangers of all time, Mikey Young, another one, Ruben Sierra, super fun, and Kenny Rogers. You're like, who's Kenny Rogers? He did have a perfect game, so of note. The Rangers in 2001 still not good. But A-Rod was amazing. So he played for the Rangers from 2001 to 2003. In those 3 years, he was a 3-time All-Star, won the AL MVP in 2003, 2-time Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Sluggers, AL home run leader all 3 years, and was the MLB RBI leader in 2002. The dude could hit. He played great defense. He was fast. Like, I watched this guy and I'm like, this guy is going to break every record out there. There's no stopping him. He's amazing. But the PED started rumors in 2001, and then eventually he admitted to it in 2009. In 2009, he blamed the Rangers for his PED use and said it was his contract. So it's really the Rangers' fault for giving him all that money that he had to use PEDs. Speaking of PEDs, there's Sammy. Anyway, he was awesome. So the Rangers spent all that money, still couldn't win. You can't win off one bat and no pitching. The Rangers continue to have issues with pitching. It is the same story every year. Look at that young kid right there. So while he was in Texas, he only hit 156 home runs over 3 years only. So obviously really, really good. Traded to New York because the Rangers are like, we're not getting anywhere in there. So went to New York in 2004, and which was fine with me, except the Rangers were still paying part of his salary. Somehow New York tricked Texas, into eating part of A-Rod's salary. What? He's the most prolific hitter in the game, and the Rangers had to eat their salary. It was such a bad move. So it gave every Rangers fan an extra, just disgusting taste in their mouth to have to give the money to the Yankees and the evil empire. It's like they have enough money. Come on. So 2004, Rangers started paying A-Rod the hit for the Yankees, where he continued to just dominate in New York. He was so good. In 2007, he got greedy and opted out of his contract, which let the Rangers off the hook. So thanks for that. The Rangers actually, some of you don't know that Rangers were actually going through a bankruptcy when they were changing management teams again. They went to the Nolan Ryan management team, and in those meetings, they had to have meetings with all the creditors, and A-Rod and actually Michael Young were owed so much money that they had to show up to the meetings and agree to the sale, which I thought was kind of interesting. A-Rod, one of the best baseball players ever. I mean, the PEDs will screw up his history, will screw up his legacy, but he was amazing. He just did a few things of note in his career. 14-time All-Star, 1 World Series ring, 3 AL MVPs, Only 2 gold gloves. I was surprised he only got 2 because I really thought he was pretty decent defense. 10-time Silver Slugger, 5-time AL home run leader. 5 times, come on. 2-time MLB RBI leader. And then he won a batting championship in '96. So over his career, 3,115 hits, had a .295 career batting average, 696 home runs, and that's with his suspensions and injuries, and 2,086 RBI. The guy was absolutely amazing. If he wasn't such a jerk, I think people would, I don't want to say they'd overlook the PED use, but I don't think he'd be as hated as he is today. He's just what a phenomenal baseball player and just what an obnoxious human being. But there are other baseball players that we love that are not good people. People love Ty Cobb. He was a horrible human, and there's lots of examples of athletes who are amazing at their job and suck at life. So, A-Rod, there's the one connection between the Rangers and the Seattle that I both love and hate. So there we go. Everybody go hang out with Dave and just say, hey, if you have a cool connection with your favorite team, even if it's the Rangers, let's see what you got. Yeah, that's fun. All right, I'll put his link in the thing below, and you go check him out and say, hey, be friends. It's nice to be nice. Talk to you later. Bye.
No one's really going to be free until nerd persecution ends.